Have you ever felt that people only come close to you when they need something from you? Have you ever given up your own plans, your rest, your sleep, or your inner peace just to help someone who disappears the moment their need is fulfilled? If you have felt this, then this story is meant for you. Because sometimes life teaches its hardest lessons through the people we care for the most.
In a quiet little village, surrounded by wide green fields and old peaceful homes, lived a man named Ethan. Everyone in the village knew him well. If a bicycle chain snapped, people called for Ethan. If heavy boxes needed carrying, they knocked on Ethan's door. If someone felt lonely and needed company, they went straight to Ethan's house. Ethan never refused. He believed kindness made a person valuable, and people praised him for his helpful nature. He always smiled and said, "Don't worry, I'll take care of it." His own problems kept growing. Broken windows were left untouched. His roof needed repair. But slowly, without noticing, Ethan's life stopped being his own. Yet instead of fixing them, he was always fixing everyone else's lives. Every night, he returned home exhausted, covered in dust and sweat. His mother, Margaret, would look at him with weary eyes and softly say, "Ethan, my son, you help everyone. But why does no one ever help you?" Ethan would give the same gentle smile and reply, "It's okay, Mom. One day, they'll remember what I've done." But that day never arrived. One evening, dark clouds filled the sky, and strong winds began to roar. The villagers rushed to protect their belongings before the storm arrived. Ethan ran outside too, but not to save his own home. He went straight to help his friend Lucas, whose tools were still lying in the open. They worked quickly, covering everything and moving items into the shed. Meanwhile, Ethan's own garden furniture stayed outside. His plants remained uncovered, his wooden crates were left open. And then the storm struck. Rain poured heavily. The wind tore through the village. By the time Ethan returned home, his garden was completely destroyed. He sat on the front steps, rain dripping down his face, staring at the muddy ruin that once brought him peace. Margaret placed a warm cloth on his shoulders and said quietly, "Ethan, today you protected everyone's things except your own." Ethan said nothing, but something inside him finally cracked. The next morning, tired and lost, he walked to the edge of the village to meet Mr. Coleman, a retired teacher known for his wisdom, who lived alone near the river. Ethan sat beside him and confessed, "I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. I help everyone, yet I feel empty. I'm not tired of work. I'm tired of people. Why does kindness feel like it's destroying me?" Mr. Coleman watched the river flow calmly and replied, "Look at this river, Ethan. It gives water to trees, birds, animals, and farms. But when it overflows its limits, what happens?" Ethan answered, "It floods and ruins everything." Mr. Coleman nodded. "Exactly. Kindness without boundaries becomes self-destruction. You are kind," he continued, "but you have no limits. You run everywhere for everyone, yet nowhere for yourself. You think saying no is wrong, but sometimes saying no is the purest form of self." Then he gave Ethan advice. "For the next 7 days, don't agree immediately. When someone asks for help, pause and ask yourself, will this harm my peace? Will I lose time or energy I need for myself? If the answer is yes, say, not today. Try this and watch what changes." The next day felt unusual. Around noon, Lucas came running and said, "Ethan, I need help moving a heavy box." Ethan looked at his broken fence, ignored for months. His heart wanted to say yes, but he remembered Mr. Coleman's words. He took a deep breath and said, "I'm sorry, Lucas, today I need to fix my own fence. I can help another time, just not today." Lucas stared in disbelief. "You're saying no?" Ethan nodded calmly. Lucas left, upset. Ethan felt guilty, but he stayed focused. By evening, the broken fence finally stood strong. For the first time in months, Ethan felt proud of caring for his own life. The following days, neighbors came for small favors, carrying groceries, fixing chairs. Ethan politely declined, explaining he was busy. That night, instead of feeling drained, he felt light, peaceful. On the fourth day, heavy rain returned. Ethan's roof began leaking. He waited, hoping someone would come help him the way he always helped them. No one came, not a single knock. Instead of anger, he felt strength. He picked up his tools and fixed the roof himself. It was slow, it was difficult, but when he finished, he sat beneath the dry roof and whispered, "So this is what it feels like to depend on myself." Days turned into weeks. Ethan changed. He stopped running at every call. He stopped sacrificing his peace for those who never valued it. He woke early to care for his garden. He repaired his home. He invested in himself. And something unexpected happened. People began respecting him. Lucas solved his own problems. Neighbors stopped calling for every small issue. The village remained kind, but Ethan was no longer treated like a tool. His home looked brighter. His garden bloomed again. His face carried calm instead of exhaustion. For the first time in years, he laughed without feeling tired. One afternoon, Mr. Coleman visited. He looked at the healthy plants, the neat yard, and the peaceful smile on Ethan's face. He asked gently, "So, Ethan, did the world collapse when you stopped saying yes to everyone?" Ethan smiled and replied, "No, sir. My world finally began to come together." Mr. Coleman nodded and said, "When you stop saying yes to everyone else, you finally say yes to yourself. And that is when life truly begins to change." So, tell me, are you like Ethan? Do you give too much? Do you say yes even when it hurts? Remember this, no does not make you selfish. It makes you strong. It means choosing peace over pressure. Your time, your mind, and your heart are precious. Protect them, because only when you respect yourself will the world learn to do the same.